How about them Giants? Hoorah! What is going on, everybody? Happy New Year. It is your main man, Maximilian. You see, I'm decked out. I'm back at it again with another hit video, guys. Yes, I'm very happy about what just happened today. The New York Football Giants, they won today. That's how we play football. We don't tank, we play. But to cut it short, guys, we gonna get into this video. I ain't wasting no time. I got the blueprint right here. Our season just ended. Gotta look at it at the pass, as the pass, and move on. I got the blueprint right there. Y'all can see it. Here is what the New York Giants need to do. First order of business. I believe they need to pick up the phone and call the Rams defensive coordinator, Chris Shula, and offer him the head coaching position. Here's why. We need somebody who's been in a championship locker room. The Rams won a championship not too long ago. He has a great mind. He's around Sean McVay, a championship coach. We need that in our locker room immediately. We need someone like that. So bring him in, call him, offer him the money he needs, bring him on in. He'll be the head coach next year for the New York Giants. Book it. Mike Kafka, next guy. Heck of a job. I mean, I got to give him his props. I know he got 2 wins off of this team or 2 wins with this team. That is incredible. So, Mike Kafka, I want him to stay for this team. I want him to be on the Giants. I'm really hoping that he stays humble about it. I want him to be back in his old position as offensive coordinator because I know he can come up with some unique plays and schemes to get the offense going. I mean, we kind of saw it today in the Dallas game. We saw it during the Raiders game. Like, he had our guys playing. So I think this is perfect because if we could just get it all together, if we could get someone from the Rams who has a very good scheme of championship building, and then you also bring in or have Mike Kafka there who has that hard, rough mentality of we don't ever give up, we're not giving up on any play. That's a guy, those 2 guys would be perfect for this locker room moving forward. And then the last guy, I didn't put too much thought into this one because I think he's been doing pretty well because our defense has been pretty well the last couple games ever since Shane Bowen. Yeah, that guy. He's gone now. So Charlie Bullen, I think he's been doing a pretty good job. So he's our defensive coordinator right now. I say we keep him, honestly, because I don't really see anybody out there that is needed. Like, we don't need to keep changing every little detail about the team, guys. Like, if you're a Giants fan, I know you guys are always like, we need wins, we need wins. But we got to build from the ground up. That's how we're going to get better. We got to keep our pieces together, and we have to make sure that the guys want to be here. If we keep changing the staff every 2 years, that's not going to do anything. Going to end up like the Jets or the Browns. There's no identity. There's no foundation. We got to bring in a head guy, a head leader, keep the staff that was good for us, and then from there, we could work with the core we got because we got a lot of good core pieces. Now, like I said, Chris Shula, head coach, Mike Kafka, offensive coordinator, and Charlie Bullen. That is the 3-headed monster that will be for the New York Giants coaching staff this upcoming year. Book it. Next order of business, I would like to address our needs. So basically from looking at this season, guys, the New York Giants, we have a lot of needs that we have to fill. The biggest thing that surprised me the most was our defense. Our defense should have been way better than what it was. However, I believe we quit because of our bad defensive coordinator before he got fired. So I think he was selling the games. I think we just quit on him. Because our record could have been, we should have had at least like 2 or 3 more wins. And I'm actually feeling like I should say 5. because our team could have had like 9 wins. Those games that we lost those games. We gave them those games. So imagine if we won those games, we'd possibly be in the playoffs, or at least contending. We'd be right there. So my biggest thing is, I don't think that happens if we just get the right guy. And I think this guy that we have, Charlie Bolin, I think he's been doing better. He's been getting the guys energized. This is just based off of what I've seen. So I got to go off of that. I say keep him here. We work with him. We get a good scheme down. And then from there, with these guys, our defense will be much better. But we still need better defensive pieces. The biggest piece on defense that I think we need is a corner. We do not have good corners. Shout out to Paulson Adebo. He's been great. And Cordell Flott has actually made me feel a lot better. You know, I wasn't big on him, but, you know, he's had a pretty good year. I can't lie. His year was pretty good. I'm not a big Deonte Banks fan. I think he's just been inconsistent, but we have to build there. We have to get somebody who's a lockdown corner, because if our defense is ever going to elevate up here, we have to find somebody where we can put him on the best receiver in the game. And when it's really pressure time in the fourth quarter, we need to stop all our guys. Kayvon, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, and of course, that man, Brian Burns. Shout out Brian Burns. That's the New York pass defense. I'm telling you, these guys could work. If we just get a lockdown corner on the best wide receiver that we're playing every night, that night, we will be a problem for the years to come. I'm telling you. So that's our biggest concern, in my opinion. However, there's other concerns. I think we need a better linebacker. You know, our linebackers are always getting injured. I don't like that at all. I don't know what happened with Micah McFadden. I know he got injured earlier in the season. But I just feel like our team with those two positions really need help. Cornerback and linebacker. Then other positions that we could use some help on. Obviously, the offensive line is another big one. We can't go wrong with adding more pieces. I'm actually pretty proud of our O-line this season. We held up for the most part against big games, and that surprised me. So I'm actually not that pissed off about our O-line. I don't think the O-line is the reason that our season was so awful. It was our defense giving up in the last few games. That's why we were really so awful. The offense couldn't get it going the first couple of games. And then the defense just gave up in the middle of the season. So there's that. But this last key piece that we could use is a game-changing piece, because this depends. I'm a huge fan of Wan'Dale Robinson. I always have been ever since he came in the league. I knew he could play. And I'm very thankful that he got his flowers this year, because that man worked hard for it. He deserves it. My only problem is I hope we could keep him, because I like the guy. He speaks Giants football to me. But politics is the name of the game, man. He might ask for more money, because he will. And we're probably not going to offer him that contract. It'll be like a Saquon situation. So depending on that will determine to me who we draft. But I got a list of names right here. Just going to read them out. So I don't personally know right now where our draft seating is, because obviously the game just ended and there's still a whole lot of football left. But you guys, after watching this video, could put in the comments what seating we are. Just comment down below what you think about this video anyway. And like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm getting more content like this. But like I said, guys, personally, what do I feel the Giants are going to do in the draft? As of right now, I think they're going to go for a wide receiver. That is my gut instinct. Because Wan'Dale Robinson will probably leave. which means we're not just going to have neighbors out there. There's not going to be doubling and triple teaming neighbors all the time. We got to bring in another piece. I know we got Isaiah Hodgins, which is great. I think he's a great guy. Darius Slayton, I think he did his time here. I think he's on the way out. We got Gunnar Olszewski or whatever. But I think we're going to draft a wide receiver. I got the name Carnell Tate from OSU. I think we draft him. If he's not available, Denzel Boston from Washington. That is the guy I think we should get. Big, solid frame, 6'4", could jump up and get any ball. That's the kind of thing we need. You know, he reminds me of like a Plexico Burress. We need a guy like that. So if Carnell Tate's not available, I think Denzel Boston would be the next best guy. That's what I personally think the Giants will do in the draft. However, there are other names on here that I have. I'm looking at Mansour Delane from LSU for cornerback. I think he would be a good fit because, like I said, we need a lockdown corner. We just do. And even though it's not like a heavy cornerback class, I just think we need that piece established. So if we don't get that done, or at least develop our guys that we have now, it's going to be a little bit tough, okay? But I still have faith in our guys. You know, Paulson Adebo came in. He did pretty good this year. Cordell Flott, if he could keep it up, keep those two. I think Banks, again, he just got to improve, man. But we're going to be okay. I truly believe that this year was just a fluke year. I think a lot happened with us. And I think it was really because we had a hard schedule. Nobody talks about this. But for the past 5 years, the Giants have had pretty much the hardest schedule in the NFL. And I do want to question that by the NFL themselves because that shouldn't be. If you're giving a lottery team one of the worst teams in the league on paper, and by their record, you're giving the worst team in the league the hardest schedule every year, what do you expect them to do? You expect them to be great? Why not give that schedule to the Eagles or the Chiefs or the Bills every year? Because they're the teams that deserve that. But no, those are the teams they always usually would give the easier schedule or fair schedule to. But like I said, these are just my instincts or my thoughts about what we should do as a New York Giants fan. If I was the GM of the Giants, which I'm not, I'd love to be though. I just think this is what we're going to end up doing. And I wanted to make this quick video because like I said, guys, I'm very proud of my Giants. We won today. People may laugh. People may say, oh, this was stupid. The Giants, they're so dumb for winning 2 games they didn't. No, that is not the goal. When you're a competitor, when you play to win. And I stand by that. I'm not a believer in tanking. You don't do that. If you want your team to do that, not name the Giants, if you like your team to do that when they're bad, more power to you. But my team, we're Giants for a reason. We don't tank. We play. We fight to the very end. And that's the standard that I loved and I enjoyed watching today. And they better keep it up every dang time they step foot in MetLife or at any football stadium or arena. That's New York Football Giants. That is New York Football Giants football, baby. We'll be back next year, guys. I'm telling you right now, beware, the Giants are coming. The Giants are coming back. And this time, we're going to be ready. I will say this on the last note. Even though we didn't make the playoffs this year, feels pretty dang good beating the Eagles and the Cowboys in the same year. That's all I wanted to say, guys. Just a quick video. I appreciate everybody who stayed tuned for it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at KingMaxMillion. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. Be safe and best of luck to the playoff teams. that are not in my division. But I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. Stay safe, be well, and Happy New Year.